field is set, ready to run. Stand by for a start. And they're racing. Give them a cheer, Australia, wherever you're listening. What a win in a cup we'll never forget.
Welcome to the Reggies Punt Show. You're joined by two blokes who could have been anything but chose to be from Queensland instead. Singing I, yippie, yippie, fucking I.
How good is that, mate?
It is like, it's a weird one because I've had many victories for Origin where I've been so pumped up, but this one is just, it's almost humorous.
Oh, mate, it's just like I got up this morning, put my Queensland hat on, in my jocks, and I was steaming around the house and did a video. I was just going to post just for the world, just to
trolling.
Share how, no, not even that, just sharing my emotions of the morning. But I went, you know what? They don't need that. You know, it might tip a few of them over the edge, those fucking losers. So I thought, no, just leave them and we'll discuss it tonight.
It's a very mature decision.
Yeah, look, mate.
They would be just wallowing in their own pain.
In their
they
filth.
So quiet.
I believe Tom and Eddie talking about us rolling in our own shit and stuff like that after the other episodes.
Right,
Tell
yes.
you what, boys, after that first one, doesn't that feel nice?
That
you
feels
fucking
good.
losers.
We're rolling in winning shit.
Oh, winning shit.
Winner's
It smells
shit.
good.
It smells like
It smells
Queensland's
good.
spirit.
Oh, it does, which is alive
It's
and
just
well.
So easy to go back to the cliche of we just get it. You clearly don't.
That's why
fucking
I
get it.
tattooed it on my leg.
And it'll stand forever.
It will, and until I die and my flesh rots.
It'll fucking.
But even then,
supersede
it'll still be
that.
Queensland.
It'll still be Queensland. It's it's a champion team beating a team of champions.
Oh, mate.
Year in, year out.
It's exactly what we've sort of said a few times. And look, I think the thing is they have a superstar in every position that's probably their best player in respective teams. They don't have the old toiler that's going to come in, just do their job, not try and be flashy and let the deadly cunts do the deadly cunt shit. And that's why it works.
That's why it works for us.
Would it be easy not to pick the best guy to pick a toiler? No, I'd probably pick the best guy too, but we don't have to.
We don't have to. We don't have that problem. We have going into series. We're winning deciders with a bloke
that
who was
guy?
playing Japanese rugby, a 20-year-old that hadn't made his debut, and a bloke who was like a bench forward for Melbourne Storm. Like that's what we do, and that's how we win. You guys have so much talent, and for some reason you don't know how to use all this brilliant talent and a brilliant spine.
Mate.
We did. We had the best side ever for 8 years in a row.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the tables were turned, but we won 8 in a row with that team.
Yeah, we were a team of champions and a champion team. You can't really grasp the concept of Origin. It's
And
all
mate,
right.
look, Nathan Cleary. I feel like he's like the AI version of a halfback. Like as in he's been digitally programmed to be the best halfback ever, but that halfback who's AI doesn't know how to be off the cuff and make shit happen out of nowhere.
Doesn't
He's
have instincts.
Structured as fuck, and he's a great halfback, but is he great at Origin when every player's the best and they read shape and they do all this, so you need that flair? Oh, I don't know. Someone like Hammer?
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone like Tommy Diesel.
someone like the Milky Bar Kid?
Bro.
Spiraling the Wombat over the sideline?
Oh, the
What?
No one does that to the Wombat. The Wombat's unburrowable.
Yeah.
And he burrowed him.
Except Dash off The Incredibles just stoved him over this mixed sideline.
Can we just quickly talk about, you want to talk about selections and how Queensland seemed to take that risk? A winning Queensland captain who's the halfback, who's a proven champion, gets dropped after game one. We bring in a young Milky Bar kid who's won a couple games for Queensland, and he's playing all right at the Cowboys. He comes in, he wins 2 games off his back and wins the Wally Lewis medal.
Yeah, man of the match, man of the series.
That is just an absolute
2
masterclass.
tries.
You can never doubt Billy Slater ever again after
Cover
that.
tackling out the wazoo.
Just the
Munster
1%ers.
lifting for his state and for his family, literally.
Boys. Papali'i comes back
Oh,
for one
big
last
Papa.
hoorah. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't have an outstanding game, but fuck,
Oh,
he did
yeah,
his job.
he did. We all did.
All the
All
boys.
those cunts had a great game.
That was just
Before we keep harping, Jace, and get to some punting eventually, we should hear from the big G1. I talked to him today.
Yep.
He was at an airport, fucking very excited, the big guy.
Oh,
he got
he
to
would be.
watch it. I think he said he walking to the plane out on the tarmac, he saw Dearden go
Wow.
over to seal it, and he was just carrying on. So he would have had a great flight over there. And
sure
I think he sent a bit of a recap through that we should hear before
He's going to be
we
annoyed that
carry
we've
on.
even spoken this much.
Oh, no.
Well. What a lovely, lovely morning it is here in Doha, in the country of Qatar, whose nation's colours gleam with the mighty fucking maroon. I'm still wearing the same kit as I was about 20 hours ago when I was in Brisbane. I don't know if I'll ever take this shirt off for the next week, because that was one, if not the best series win that this great state's ever had. I'm just going to put a few things in perspective for everybody, and it might take a while, but I don't give a fuck.
Let's listen.
Look, Queensland lose Game 3 at home last year. Amazing game of football. We all admitted that. New South Wales have got this aura about them. Madge had them in this bubble of mateship, camaraderie. That, let's be honest, it had been a while since we'd seen it from a New South Wales side, and it was exciting for them. You know, they go back up to Suncorp for Game 1 this year and absolutely bashed the Queenslanders. Scoreline didn't show it, but they dominated them in every part of that game. Look, get your brooms out, those couple of peanut butter trail riders said on Hello Sport. Nothing wrong with that, by the way, each to their own. But they were insinuating a 3-0 series whitewash for those who don't follow. Had another established podcaster from the Newcastle area literally laugh at the Queensland squad when it was selected before games 1 and 2 and posted on their Instagram page as a bit of rage bait. Now, I'll happily admit that I thought about that over and over and over for 6 weeks straight. It lived rent-free in my head. I'll also admit that I was worried about the New South Wales squad. They look to have Queensland covered in every way possible. Billy Slater is under more pressure than ever. He tells the Queensland captain he's no longer required in the side. It is carnage, and the New South Wales media loved every bit of it. The death of Queensland's spirit, the death of pick and stick. Sorry, I can barely get this next bit out, but the word dynasty was used to describe New South Wales. That will do me. Seriously. Anyway, off to Perth, fires in the belly for Queensland. They roll through the Blues in the first half thanks to our great friend of the state, Ashley Klein, and we hold on by the skin of our teeth despite scoring less tries. Zach Lomax, on your mate, you kept us in the series. Don't lose too much sleep over, throwing away the series for your state there, champ. And then Wednesday night, Game 3, decider. New South Wales, massive favourites. Queensland again, written off. Can't possibly win. Can anyone tell me if the stadium sound effects were turned down on the broadcast or something? Because within 5 minutes, I turned to my wife and said, what is going on? The crowd was silent. And this was at 0-0, mind you. 0-0 at this point. There was no atmosphere at all. It just seemed pretty crazy to me. And look, it didn't get any better after the mighty Maroons put on a clinic. Not only did we whoop the fuck out of yous, we did it by beating them at their own fucking game. Pigs, up the guts, get to your kick, complete sets and wear them down. 22 from 22 in the first half, 57% possession, and they made 70 more tackles. Just an absolutely iconic Queensland performance. And we did it with old men dragged off the couch out of retirement and a couple of centres that have played 20-odd NRL games between them both against probably the best side New South Wales has assembled in years. How does this happen, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, because there's one thing that all this boils down to, and it's the spirit of the Queensland fucking jersey. Yeah. I've genuinely got goosebumps right now. The hairs are vertically standing up on my forearm. If you don't believe in the jersey now, then you have just got no idea about the game of rugby league. Queensland is rugby league, and we will prove it over and over again for the rest of my life. Oh, God, I just love my state and our jersey. That's the thing. It's our jersey. It's the state's jersey. The 17 blokes that ran out on Wednesday, they ran out there for us Queenslanders, not just for themselves. And I feel like you just don't get that south of the border. So, Tom, Eddie, Hello Sport, I'd like you to pick up that broom of yours, turn it around and stick it straight up your fucking ass. What's new in the castle, old mate? Nothing needs to be said to you. You are just hopeless. And my two mates on the Reggies podcast, Jace, Tommy. Remember when you said you're scared of how you'll behave if we win, with me not being there to hold us back? Well, don't fucking hold back, boys.
Yes.
Fucking give it to these wankers. Get into them because we deserve it. Queenslander!
Mate, what a fucking... Oi, but that is
What a
just all... You can be
well-orchestrated-
shitty all you want, but that was truth that whole
was.
fucking time.
There was no bias about that. That
Now-
was genuine rugby league truth.
Let me just run you through some stats. 50-50 possession, right? Completion rate, 92 from Queensland, 82 from New South
I
Wales.
think we had, what was it? Our first incomplete set was in 10 minutes to go.
Yeah. Run meters, they beat us in that. Line breaks was even. Tackle breaks, they beat us in that. Kick return meters, they beat us in that. Offloads, they had 20 offloads to our 5. What else have we got here? We got tackles, missed tackles. We had more missed tackles than them. They had 11 errors. We had 2. They got 7 penalties. We got 3. Fucking, it's just
inexcusable.
we were just way better, and that's what makes it special for me. Is we just played so well.
Yep.
They showed up and they just beat the cunts, and you should be fucking embarrassed.
Proof that 1%ers and the small efforts and the last ditch tackles and just completing your sets and playing your brand of footy is
Yeah.
what can win you a fucking game. If
Like-
there was a stat and a chart for just spirit of the fucking jersey, it'd be 100% maroon.
Fucking oath
There's
it
no
would.
fucking sky blue in there.
Now, before we get to this little dog hound that we're going to go to, I just want to give a shout out to my mate Spencer Collins. So I noticed Spencer back fencer, speed bump Spence comes on at 8 minutes 55 to go in the first half.
Okay.
So everyone's fucked, right? This bloke has got to come on and just change a bit of momentum, maybe get a late try, set the standard. First set with the ball after coming on, didn't have one run. Not one run. Second set, he had a run. He made 3 meters. Then we go into half time. We're kicking off. Queensland's kicking off. And as publicly said by Josh Hannay, on behalf of Queensland, we will be kicking right. Put whoever you want out there. So we kick right. Spencer, the back fencer, is on the field. Is he on their left? No, he's fucking not.
He's hiding.
No, he isn't.
fucking
That
hiding.
is when he should have went, right, boys, fucking get behind me. Let's go. I'm fresh as a daisy. Nah. And then I thought he mustn't be on there. And then he was. I saw him halfway through the set, and that is just like, fucking what?
That's
What's
the
going
difference.
on? Barking like a mad cunt when we didn't kick to you. Where is he?
That's the difference between us and them. When a state has their back against the walls and everyone's writing them off and we're up 20 fucking nil,
Yeah.
blokes like Lindsay Collins will come on and they'll just go, you know what? What have I got to lose? Spencer wants to trout and go off his head when he's at Suncorp and fucking call him. Literally, you can read his mouth saying,
carry
pussies, fucking pussies won't kick to me. Soon as the going gets tough, you just go to fucking water.
Yeah, it was
It's
just...
seriously just the epitome of the joke of a state that they are. You're the laughing stock of Australian sport.
Mate, it was just, it was just a great feeling for us.
really
Talking about
was.
that, there's a dog that we've picked to really fit the narrative, and it's called Non-Stop Fucking Tommy. Not fucking, just non-stop Tommy. But it's racing very soon, Jason. Who have we got to thank for that?
Well, we've got to thank the Love a Greyhound organisation. They actually run their organisation out of a winning state. They run it out of Southeast Queensland, Central Queensland, some rugby league heartland. So, you know, this organisation knows a thing or two about winning.
Yeah.
They also know a thing or two about rehoming former racing greyhounds. If you're looking to help to the cause, head to loveagreyhound.org.au. You can donate some coin. Or if you want to add to the family, get a little Queenslander dog in there
Get in there.
because he's a little fucking winner.
He is a winner. And hopefully Non-Stop Tommy's a winner here because he was a fucking winner last night.
This is normally this is a juju that we point to you, Tommy. It's a common name within dogs,
And
but
now I'm not the Tommy. Tommy Dearden's the Tommy.
yeah, you've had to step out of the spotlight as
happily step out.
Australia's biggest Tommy.
Oh, no
has
way.
currently been taken over by Tommy Dearden,
Mate, by tenfold.
only for a week.
Nah, fuck. Until next year, unless he does something wrong. Mate, it It was just one of those things that is a massive effort from him. Like we've all said, Cherry Evans, the captain, getting dropped, all the heat on him. He's got to perform he fucking did.
Probably the biggest call and you make in Origin history that I can remember. You don't drop a halfback captain after game one.
Mate, if you weren't welling up at Billy Slater embracing Cameron Munster, both losing their fathers this year, after just pulling that off and winning, and hearing Billy talk about how proud he was of Cameron in the press conference, New South Welshman or Queensland, that is fucking beautiful shit.
It was gorgeous.
So
it was
here we
just
are.
Rugby league beauty, but some things are bigger than rugby league too, and that was...
Yeah, everyone could appreciate that. I thought there would have been both sides of the field having black armbands, but I won't get into that.
Yeah, but the one thing that you can give a shout out to Brian Toto, who had Stephen.
Yeah,
on
man.
His,
Then they all send him messages and stuff like that, which was great. All right, here we go.
got the green light. What colour
Non-stop
are we?
Tommy, we're the 8 dog.
Ooh, the 8. Is it pink? Close to maroon.
Pink.
Used to his colours.
Pink.
Hot wings. Let's go. Get on.
Oh,
Come on, Tommy.
come on, Tommy.
Get on the
Bit
outside.
of grit. Oh, there he
here
goes.
we go. Come on, Tommy.
Come on, Tommy.
Come on.
Come on, bud. Oi.
He is motoring.
Oi, he's
Come
motoring.
on, Tommy.
Come on. Come
Give
on,
us a
Tommy.
fucking win.
Keep going, mate.
We've got some time to go.
Now it's only one lap.
Come
Jace.
on, Tommy. Okay.
Non-stop, Tommy. Come on.
Get around this bend and just hold it,
Come
Tommy.
on. Come on, Tommy.
Come on, Tommy Diesel.
Show a bit of grit, Tommy.
Show some fucking grit.
Go, Tommy.
Go, Tommy. Go.
Go, Tommy.
Go, Tommy.
Go, Tommy.
We're fucking back,
Oh,
baby.
fucking someone,
We are
please
fucking
stop us.
back.
Someone stop us.
Oh, do you know how many times in the last 24 hours I've
Ow.
yelled, "Go, Tommy"?
Oh, I'm
That's
sick
the
of it.
fucking fifth.
I'm sick of it.
Oh, my
Fucking
God.
hell.
We
Jesus.
Tommy can't stop winning.
It's like
Tommy
I've got
Diesel.
Tourette's and the name Tommy just keeps coming out of my
Tommy,
mouth.
go,
Tommy.
Tommy. Go, Tommy.
Oh,
I'm going to be saying
man.
"Go, Tommy" in me fucking sleep.
Fuck's sake, it just keeps happening.
We're
we just
so
keep
back.
winning.
We are so fucking
Oh,
back.
man, that is just great stuff, that. That's
How
brilliant.
good. How fucking good.
So I suppose, look, to round things up, off the back of Groper's sweeping comment, all of you fucking dog rooters and dad kisses south of the border carrying on, you sweep, yeah, get the brooms out. This is what you do with your broom. Grab it, put it between your legs, fly to your old man's place, plant one on the cunt and shut the fuck up. Because you just got bitched in Sydney in front of 80,000 of your own. It was pathetic. You had a better team and you just don't fucking get it.
Famous last words, you just don't get it.
So
It's plain and simple.
I think that's enough of rubbishing them because they should all be rubbishing themselves if they're
Yeah.
true and honest with themselves.
They will be.
So, look, as a Queenslander, mate, I can't be any more proud of our state, the 17 blokes and the staff that put the jersey on, and every other cunt in our state that continuously gets behind this team no matter what. And, let's do
Roper's
some punting.
so right where he said that they go out, all 17 blokes and the coaching staff and everything, and they're doing it for the whole state. Where it feels
man.
like the New South Wales players kind of go out there because they're like, "Oh, I get to play Origin. This is pretty cool." And they're like, "I want to put on a big hit and score a cool try."
I honestly do think, and you've heard it a heap of times, and we've said it a heap of times, it is that thing where each of those blokes are the superstar in their own team. And this is what it is. There's too many Chiefs and not enough Indians, brother.
Yep, exactly.
You need
right.
some more Indians.
We're a team full of Indians.
Yeah, a couple of Chiefs.
Yeah, a couple of Chiefs.
Mate, that's how the tribes work the best. Couple of Chiefs, if not one Chief.
If you got
Heaps
17
Indians.
if you got 17 Chiefs getting around, you're all just going to fucking start shooting each other.
What are we doing, Chief? This is what we're doing. Copy that, brother.
Yep.
No,
That's all you need.
I reckon we should do this. Or give me the ball. Or fuck
Yeah.
off, mate.
Hey,
Hey. All right. Now, Jace, like we mentioned before, mate, there's a couple of changes going on. The dart of the week, we were literally scratching horses just off of our own doing. We had a track record of scratching horses. By the time we put the clip up for Neds, the fucking horse was scratched.
Exactly.
So, look, we had to do some thinking.
Due for a change.
And we're changing back to the old ways, mate, where we're going one show a week, bit of sport, bit of punting, bang, on a Thursday morning, record Wednesday night. One thing we used to do is something called the all-in segment. So,
If you're new here.
yeah, if you're new here. So shout out to Neds. Like we said, get in the group. The code is the Reggies. It's a great spot to share some banners, share some bets. There's heaps going on. And what we want to do is bring back the all-in. So what that is each of us have our favourite leg of whatever we want for the round. We multi it together and bang, that's the Reggies all-in multi of the week.
Yep. I think the only leg that we may have unofficially banned is Penrith at the line.
We have.
So we used to do the all-in separately. We'd take turns between the three. And there was a period there where Penrith in the middle of winning premierships, you do Penrith at the line and they were losing to the likes of the Tigers. And it was really bad juju kind of stuff. And then we started doing a multi together where we'd all pick a leg. And that's where we found a bit of success, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, well,
So-
I suppose because, look, if you're putting a multi together, there's always one of those legs that for some reason, juju, stats, in your plums,
Your
you
plums
just feel
talk.
like your plums have picked that one and you're just chucking those other couple on. So all of these bets are from our plums, one plum bet each into a fucking big 3 plums. So
three plumber.
Groper hasn't got his in because he's flying in the air. So Quino, Jason, myself will be fucking...
plumbing.
We're plumbing up. So...
Well,
look,
what are you plumbing with?
well, mate, for me, I feel like I looked for a game of footy that I thought was going to be a bit of a hiding. And even though money's getting rested for the Storm, I feel like they're going to give the Knights a flogging. And Pap, I think he's back. Well, he is back this week. Hasn't scored in a while, sort of thing. And I just think he is on for a try. The reason I think that is I just feel like surely Storm break through the line once, Pap's supporting in the middle at least once, and he scores a try.
In a game like this, and he's so due.
Yeah,
like
that's
he is
what-
wearing the yarmulke. He has got the little cap ready to
And
go.
I'm going $2.02 anytime. That's my leg for the all-in from
Is
me
that
plums.
what you're getting?
$2.02, which I think's value for Pat.
That is extreme value in a game against Newcastle. They should hump.
I think so.
I'm also sticking with some bar just because I don't think there's too many Shories getting around in the ponies this week, just with a little less talent. So I'm going to, I haven't bet on one of my own teams in a while, so this feels a bit wrong. But you just think in the form that they're in the moment, some big wins. The Broncos go out Sunday afternoon against the Titans, and they just hump. So I'm going to back them in for the line, which is set at 10.5 at the moment. And you get $1.90 for that. So Brisbane at the line. Surely they go out. Few boys coming off Origin.
Yep.
They're pumped up. They're happy. And we just play good footy. Des Hasler has announced that he's retiring at the end of the season. He's ditching the Titans. He's jumping off the boat, which is well and truly burning.
Yeah.
And I think this ship is going to sink.
Nice, mate. There's the first two. Quino!
There is a fight card in Nashville this weekend. I was going to go for the main event for Lewis versus Teixeira. I think Teixeira will win, but he's only paying $1.35. Derek Lewis is 40 years old, so I stayed away from it. I am backing the Aussie Jake Matthews just head-to-head, $2.20. Slight underdog, nice little bit of juicy value. He put on a very convincing performance when Tom and I watched him live in Sydney. So easy peasy.
See, that's a plum bet right there.
So
that's
there's
some Aussie plums
There's
talking.
3 plums into one big plum. And that has given you $8.44 with no one other than Neds.
Of course. Essentially, when you think about it, it's 3 plum Shories. But look at the value you get from that. This is why the all-in makes so much sense. And it's why it's returning.
That's right. So get in the Neds group. We'll chuck that multi in there for you so you can just copy it and off you go.
Let's get amongst it. Let's start off the all-in, return of the all-in with an
Well,
absolute
look, I feel
bang.
like we're on a roll for some reason.
Yeah, something's telling me, this little maroon jersey's telling me that I've got a feeling I can win.
Just Tommy's winning everywhere.
Tommy's everywhere.
Let's
Tommy
go.
Juju.
Let's go. All right. Old boys versus the young guns. Do you think we should kick it off with Big G1?
Yeah, I think it's his, it's his show. Like, he can't be here, and we've spoken a lot.
Yeah, be fucking off it
He
already.
would be off it. So we'll hear from the great man.
Righto, boys. Look, I'm in the middle of the Qatar airport. Bit going on here. I haven't got much time, so I am going to keep it pretty short and sweet. For me old boys bet, I'm going to go to Doomben Race 3, number 2, Bang Stick, TBR trained, and we know how good he's going always. I'm going to have all 5 units the nose of Bang Stick at $4.50, and I'd really love to hear Button give it a little pump up in his spiel in about 15 minutes' time.
Beautiful.
Nice.
He
Sticking
must have
with,
used up all his time with the best yarn I think I've ever heard
That
sent
was
into
his-
any podcast ever.
That was his whole layover. His entire
Yeah.
layover was that yarn.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was well orchestrated.
Oh,
eh?
man, that was just a
I might
beautiful
listen
yarn.
to that tomorrow when this comes out just to, remind me of how much I love this state.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, shall we hear from his old man, Keto?
Reginald, old boy Keith, he's got a Nedley multi for you this
Nedley.
week. Look, get up early, get out of bed and get on. Couple of me great mates, have runners today in Mackay. I think they can both win, but let's play conservative and take them the place. in a 4-leg multi. That's right, they can both win. So good luck, lads. Mackay race 1, number 4, Rumble the Place. Me old mate D Freeman owns this. Mackay race 7, number 5, Northern Pride, T-Button trained, Bowen's Iron Horse. Look, it's in the Mackay Newmarket. Let's take it to Place. I've hammered it to win. Mackay race 7, number 7, Ryanburg the Place. Yep, my son's name is Ryan. And Caulfield race 8, number 6, In Flight. Look, it's a marvel of a horse. I'm hearing there's some rain in Melbourne, so that's why we'll go the win with that one. You're getting $45, those 4. All 5 Ned Old Boy Keats units to be applied. Happy punting. Come on, the old boys.
Oh, wow. Bit of nostalgia there for Keats.
There is a bit of nostalgia. Northern Pride, friend of the show. Like it sounds like it's going to be a heavily backed TBR episode.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, Tommy's a winning, so why the fuck wouldn't you?
Oh, well, I'll just fucking kick off then.
Show us what you're going to win.
Look, I'm going to Cronulla Sharks versus Dolphins. I am just not about the Sharks at the moment.
Nah.
I'm probably going to make them win by saying that, but you know what I mean? I just feel like Dolphins are on, Sharks are not on.
Yeah.
Battle of the Fins. So I think...
what did we say on Tuesday? The
what did we say?
dorsal. Battle of the dorsal.
Yeah, the dorsal. Yeah, so I'm going Dolphins head-to-head. And I'm going Hammer to score, and I'm going Herbie to score. Now, that's giving you $7.28. I think because Dolphins are underdogs, that's where your value is. But I just go, that makes a lot of sense to me if the Dolphins win. I think the Dolphins win. $7.28, all 5 units. I love that.
Those two are extremely prolific.
Yeah.
In games that Finns are just absolutely dominating 50 points.
That one almost looks
usually
like,
going
it
over.
probably won't go off because that's what should happen. But
That
anyway.
is a very much shooty.
Yeah, that's a shooty.
If Finns win, those two score.
That's a shooty if
So
I've ever
that's what you
seen
get
one.
a fuck. That's a good old shooty.
Shooty could have woody.
Let's hear from Rocket.
Yeah.
Boys, punters, Queenslanders, the privileged. Rockets Roughies, raring to go.
You got there.
Old boys versus the young guns. All right, we're off to Randwick. Race 8, Horse 16, Sly Boots. 4-year-old Bay Gelding, Regan Bayless on board, Waterhouse bot trained. He's expected to sit around midfield, then hopefully if he gets a clear run, he can bring it home late. Let's go 2 units at $8 a win, 3 units at $2.80 a place. Jump on it, stay hard.
Conservative there.
Conservative. And I'm going up against him
Oh.
in this segment.
Let's go.
I'm going with a little horse who I don't know if you say a friend of the show, I think a friend of mine, and it's a name that you just never can go past, although I do think it's full of class. Puntin'.
Oh,
With an N. Puntin'. Randwick race 8, puntin'. Paying 5s at the moment for the win, and I think it's a very progressive horse for our Air Bjorn Baker at the moment. It's coming off its last 2 starts. It's had a second and a first. I think it's just built up perfectly for this 1,600 metres. It's got a great racing style for it. I think it is the one to beat in this race. So $5. It's my bet of the weekend. I've been saying the Old Boys is my favourite tip, and I've got to slap all 5 units on it at 5s. Going up against Rocket, let's see who we can get it.
Yeah.
He loves a Waterhouse and bot too, doesn't he?
he does.
Let's hear from Pedro.
Right.
Reggies, old boys versus young guns. Let's go. I'll kick it off. What a day to be a Queenslander. Oh, massive night. And just want to say one little thing. This isn't to all the dad kisses. This is just to the chirping ones. Go and get the biggest bag of dicks you can find and go and fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Queenslander.
Yes,
How good, how good. All right, serious note, let's go. Split my units up. Going to go over 2 NRL games. I'm going to go to the Doggies Cowboys game and the Sharks Dolphins game. So to kick it off, I got a 3-leg try-score multi for the Sharks Dolphins. Sione Katoa anytime. Herbie Farmworth anytime. Jermaine Asako anytime. Thanks to Neds, I'm going to get about $8.80. So I'll have 2.5 units on that one. And then I'm going to go to the Doggies Cowboys game. I've got a big one. 4-leg, anytime try scorer, Jacob Carraz anytime, Connor Tracy anytime, Matt Burton anytime, and Jackson Purdue anytime. $40 odds, 2.5 units. Thank you very much, Neds. I'll have that. All right, let's go, old fellas, attack.
It's like he's made up for Rocket's lack of high odds thing there. It's like they've
Maybe
talked
they
or
are
something.
talking now.
Oh, that's weird.
Surely not.
I don't
Pedro,
think is that allowed?
Nah, that's not in the contract.
Yeah, right.
We don't pay them that much coin just for them to start discussing what they're going to bet on.
Yeah.
So we'll have to have a word with the boys about that.
Yeah.
I'm not very happy.
Nah.
Nah, good on you, boys.
Nice,
well
lads.
Done. We usually go the bananas now, don't we?
Yeah.
The two
do some
blokes.
banana bending.
Tommy Button and Tommy Barbary. You know them by now. B1, B2.
That's it. Couple of horse trainers, couple of mates at the show, couple of
Great
flaming
friends of the show.
red-headed men.
They are. Two
Plump
Tommies.
men.
Two Tommies, and the Tommies are flying, as we've mentioned.
Yeah,
so
they're fucking going well. Follow
they
them
really
in.
are. Let's hear from B1 first.
Yeah, then his little fuck trophy.
Tommy Bar.
Righto, Reggies. Yeah.
This will be a good one
lads.
after last night.
Just basking in the brilliance of another Queensland victory.
Yeah.
Mopped head to toe in maroon. Still got the jersey on as I record this at 10 to 6 the following day. And that bloke in the RRLC was dead right. I was still at track work this morning. Just going to have a few quiet little sugarcane champagnes to celebrate the victory. And, yeah, not the only thing I got a fucking skite about either. Old B2 Button widened the gap. Well done, son, there a couple of weeks ago. But, you know, cream always rises to the top, and I've just put a little bit more of a margin on you again there last week. A bit like Queensland, just kept putting a margin on New South Wales, you know. Congratulations on scoring a try last night there too. B2, Tommy Button, Brian 2, Brian B2. Righto, lads, that's enough skiting. Fucking yabbering bullshit. I'm going to Caulfield this week, race number 8, the Sir John Monash Stakes. And I'm going with the favourite boys in flight for Joseph Pride and the Chipmunk Williams. Been very good. Its last two at Doomben and Randwick, albeit on wet decks, but it's got good hard track form as well. Never won on a good surface, but there's a little bit of rain around in Melbourne this week, and it's going to be, it's 3 from 6 on soft going. So if they get any sort of rain there, it's a good 4 at the minute. I think that it'll prove very hard to beat. It's in great winning form, and look, is this a genuine Group 3 race? I don't believe so, but look, I think this horse is pretty good value really at $3. It's a safe bet, obviously, but I've got units to play with, so I can go safe or I can go wide. It doesn't fucking matter. So my best bet of the weekend, boys, it's Caulfield Race 8, the Sir John Monash Stakes, number 6 in flight, paying $3 with our wagering partner Neds at the time of recording, boys. So I'll have all 5 units on it. Keep it stiff, lads. Happy punting.
Nice.
I rate that. I think he's right, track pending, but gee, if it goes in like if it's any luck on the day, that's the one to beat at Caulfield for the whole day, I think.
Bloody oath.
Great
and look,
punt,
when you're
Bubs.
out in front there, you don't have to search for value.
No, he
you
doesn't.
can just search for one you think's going to win, right?
He doesn't need to absolutely print massive units. He can just extend and chip away.
Nah.
He's got that freedom and that luxury.
Right, let's hear from Button.
Little fella.
Time to fire up.
Reggies, TBR here for the banana segment, and after going down a few more units to the big girth, I've delved deep into the form guide and I've come up with a cracking bet this week. I'm going to go to Doomben, race 4, number 4, Deep Respect. It's paying $4 and I'm going to have 4 units on it. And because I'm a slut for a multi, listen up, this is a cracking bet. I'm going to go same race multi Mackay on Friday. Race 7, it's the Mackay Newmarket, a very good race. I'm going to have a same race multi. Slippin' Jimmy, top 2. Northern Pride, top 4. For that, Neds are going to give you $9.75. And then we're off to Doomben on Saturday. Same race multi again. I'm taking a horse all the way down from Bowen for this race. He's won 3 from 6. He's a nice 2-year-old on the way up. 1,350 metres. He's been looking for that. He will run well. Bang stick. I'm going to have him top 3. And I'm going to have Lockyer, number 1, top 2. For that, you're going to get $3.10. And I'll throw Deep Respect into that. multi. So there's 2 same race multis and deep respect. For that multi, Neds are going to give you $120.90. I'm going to have 1 unit on that. And if that wins, the big girth will be in the corner crying, and I can't wait to see it. Good luck, happy punting, and remember, the Moya, the fucking Moya.
Now, remember last time Button did this same race multi in a race he knew his horse was in? Now, you got to remember, he's not only just doing a bit of form, he knows his horse is there. He knows what chances he's got, and he knows the others very well too. So it's like, fucking have a bit of a look at those. Even if you split it up yourself in those same races that he's talking about, that's a bit inside info there.
Definitely. And he's a humble man too.
Yeah.
He's not going to come on here and say, back me horse, please.
no.
If he is saying this, and for even top 4 for Northern Pride, and the other
Bang
name
Stick.
escaped. Bang Stick. Yeah, if he's putting his horses out there, he's confident in them. So I really like that.
Fucking
and
oath.
Lockyer too. That one's just you're coming off like Queensland Spirit and Origin win. You pick one of the Queensland greats.
Yeah.
So I love that name. Beauty. Good on you, Butts.
Nice, boys.
No Group 1.
No.
As we know. So we will just dive straight into the champs.
Straight to the championships, boys. All right.
wanna take it away, Tom?
Listener of the week, we got Jared Fig. So Big Jam is up. What else we got
Tree,
here? Up
surely.
a pear, bit of tree. Yeah. I'm sure Jared will figure it out. Someone said.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's hear from the listener first. Big Figgy. Big Fig
Figgy.
Jam. Big Jam.
Big jam. Jam a fucking bet in our throat.
Yeah.
G'day Reggies, just Fig Jam here, just ready to rip in for this week's bets. It's going to be 2 Nedley when these ones get up. All right, Caulfield Race 9, Horse 5, Aztec State. We're going to chuck 3 units on that at $3.40 to win. And then for my second, two units that I have left, I'm going to go on a cross code multi. I'm going to go Geelong 1 to 39, Port 40 plus. Melbourne head-to-head, Roosters head-to-head, Bulldogs head-to-head, Penrith head-to-head, and Broncos head-to-head. And that is at odds of $20.75. And if this doesn't get up, boys, it's probably going to be Jace's fault. So rip in, boys. Have a good weekend.
On
he's
your
not wrong.
Figgy. Great
He's
bit of
not
chirping
wrong.
there.
That was great.
Good shit, mate.
Well done, Figgy.
Groper?
Yeah, let's hear from the G1.
It'd been Storm A, not the D's, I'd assume, when he said Melbourne. One would postulate.
Yeah, well, he said cross code.
Yeah.
So we might have to do a bit of chat to Figgy.
Yeah.
Righto, boys.
Wrong one, sorry. Here we go.
Lads, for the championships this week, I'm thinking it's a bit of third up peaking time in race 8 at Caulfield, the Sir John Monash Stakes. Number 1, Limbs Kosciuszko is third up, ready to peak after coming from overseas. The Limbs horses haven't really exactly set the world on fire, but the ability is there and it's time to peak. $14 a win. I'm going to have my 5 units on it. Thank you very much. And you'll hear from me next week. I wonder who I'm going to start with in the impressions.
Oh.
Wow.
This will be fucking funny, eh?
I can't wait to hear that. Especially,
Who's going to chirp at?
who's he going to just knock first off the block? Bet-wise, though, after I just said In Flight is probably better the day for Caulfield, and he just says, I'm going to pick a third up peaking paying 14s. So, look, that's what the man can do when he's up 250-odd units. He can be the one to stop the favourite.
He can, mate.
But I actually don't mind that. That is a good bet.
What do you got, bro?
I've got a little 4-leg multi across 2 games where I just think it's a bit of a should happen and a bit of a favouritism towards the second rower. Starting with Melbourne, Storm, that is, against the Knights. Bloodbath, it should be, regardless of money, as you've mentioned. Alicia Katoa. Surely that bloke is just a little short ball or a little grubber away from diving over. It has to happen. Into Broncos, should pump the Titans. I'm really doubling down here with Brisbane in the all-in as well. And I'm going Karapani 2 or more. If you look at the way he's been playing and he's starting to get more confidence, that game against Titans a few weeks ago, he really just came into his own flesh. So I think if we win and we win convincingly, that bloke's going to get a couple of meaties. So those 4 legs are getting you $12.20. So I'm just going to bang all 5 units on it because I need to make some ground in this segment. For sure.
Yeah. Look, and I think I looked at it as soon as Groper won that big one of going crazy, but I just want to win a few bets.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, winning a few bets is still going to get you up further than fucking just swinging at 100 and something.
This one feels like a bit of a shooty, but I'm getting odds that are telling me it's not a shooty.
Well, mate, I'm aligned with you on one, and I'm going back to my roots, back rowers. I've picked two of them. Now, Elisa Katoa is the first one, because I agree with you. I feel like they should beat the Knights well, and I feel like Elisa Katoa, when they beat the teams well, normally dives over. So I've got him in there, and there's a bloke from the Doggies, Jacob Preston, likes to score a try.
We've got a new one in there.
Well, fucking Olakawatu's injured. Fucking, I don't think the Sharks are going to go well, so I'm not putting Nakora in.
True.
Who else was there? One of them
Huddy
was
Young.
Huddy Young's
But they
on a
got a
bye.
bye. Yeah,
So I had to
true.
find another one, and I think Preston's fucking,
You're bleeding in some new talent.
Yeah.
If he gets up, you know that it's every time you look at a Bulldogs game now, he's going to be saying, pick me.
So I'm going, that's paying $6, and I'm just putting all 5 units on those two to score.
Nice. I surprisingly, I'll definitely be backing you in on that because I love nothing more than a little short ball to a second row.
It's just great stuff seeing a second row.
Beautiful stuff. And it's always a bit of an odds booster too, but geez, that one makes sense. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Is that everything covered?
Mate, I think that's everything covered. And yeah, mate, just... I don't even know. I don't think there's
no
anything
words.
more left to say apart from you just such
Pure
a great
joy.
day.
It was just a beautiful day. Birds were chirping.
Yeah.
The sun was out. It's just a beautiful time
Yeah.
to be a Queenslander. And for the next 12 months,
Oh,
it's going to be a beautiful time.
but Jace, you watch, right? Now, we'll record this because it'll come in handy next year.
Write it down.
Yeah, I will. These cunts have got really bad memories.
They do.
So they're all wallowing in their own shit and fucking carrying on. So are we, but ours smells good because we win.
Our shit smells awesome.
So they, after next year, will see the teams come out and they'll go, oh, fuck yeah. Look at this team. There's no way we can lose them in this team. Fucking watch. They
Every
will, mate.
fucking
Yeah, there's
year.
no way you can fuck
It's
it.
clockwork.
And then they might win one and she's a dynasty and all that shit. So anyway, from now until then, fucking soak it in.
Just enjoy it.
Soak it in,
Really
everyone.
enjoy it, Queenslanders. Soak it in. It won't be the last time because we just love having our backs against the wall. But yeah, I can't wait for I can't wait for them.
Well,
to
you
think
love having your backs in the air.
underneath your old boys.
Yeah. So on that note, we fucking get it. We always will get it. We love yous. All you New South Welshmen, fucking keep your chins up, boys.
At the same time, now that we've chirped, and I probably will for another week or so, but it is time for us to come back together.
Yes.
We'll take you losers under our wings and we can start hating the English again.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like as in, we'll probably still carry it. But that's why it's weird. Obviously, there's the Punt show, but it'd be weird if we just kept this all caged up until next week.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You can't.
So it's like chirping this week, you fucking get it over with. And like we said, moving forward, we all know who the better fucking Origin team was this year.
Yep.
We move forward and we band back together as Reggies and fucking charge on. And that's what
Exactly.
we'll be doing from next week. The start of the new show. Like we said, Thursdays, bit of sport, bit of punting, recorded on a Wednesday night. Shout out to our wagering partner Neds for all that they do
Huge
for us.
shout out.
Wouldn't be able to do it without them, literally. So get around them, get in the group. We fucking love yous.
Easiest way to follow all of our bets each week is that we'll have them posted up there. Copy bet, share yours, go up against us. It's a fucking great time in there, isn't it, Tom?
It is, mate. It is a good time. So see you later, Reggies.
All right.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website